How's it going, friends? It's a cold day. It was 60 degrees 2 days ago. Now look at it. Winter's back with a vengeance. That's how March works, by the way. So no surprises there. But I have a kind of an interesting, got a little package here. You guys might remember we visited Steel City Shop when my kids and I were at in Pittsburgh. Really cool store down there. They have a neat brand, lots of cool clothing, and they saw my video, I sent it to them, and they sent me a coupon code to like get some stuff. So I had a sweatshirt that was there that I absolutely loved. I told you it was the softest sweatshirt I've ever felt in my life. Here it is. Look at that. I think that's just super cool shirt. And man, it is just, it's soft on the outside too, but the inside is like, wow, magical stuff. Then they had a deal going on. It was 3 shirts for $30, plus I got the discount, and it was just like random shirts. So I figured I would check it out, see what I got, and maybe I'll have to give 1 or 2 of them away. So here's my 3 shirts from Steel City. Number 1, Mr. Rogers. You're special. I love it. I'm all about that one. That's good. We got another Steel City shirt with the striped sleeves. I'm pretty cool with that one too. Last one, I probably won't be able to wear this one. Stoney's beer. That probably wouldn't go over real well. Maybe in a past life. But if you're interested in a Stoney's beer shirt, I'm a size medium. I'll be happy to give it to you. So anyway, if you want to check out their stuff, I think it's shopsteelcity.com. I'll put the link in the description for you. And I'm not like sponsored by them or anything, although that'd be pretty cool. I just think they have really neat stuff. It's a little pricier, but the quality is very high. And if you sign up for their email list, they send like all kinds of discounts and stuff. And so, yeah, check it out. See if you like it. I always wanted to do like a Kittanning shirt, like a greatest city in the world kind of thing. So maybe we'll do that someday. I don't know. But this is not about t-shirts. That's not what today is about. We got another goal in mind. So, what we're up to today, this is a project I've wanted to do for over a year now. I feel like that's how all of my videos have begun lately. Like, this is a project I want to do for over a year now. But it is true. What I'm trying to accomplish today is going and making a list of every vacant commercial property in the borough. I probably won't be totally successful in the beginning, but I want to get a good like working list because I think it would be valuable to start to try to market some of these properties if we can find out more information about them. Because my theory is a lot of these properties are empty because, you know, people think that nobody wants them, or they just don't have the time to market them or make them available. So if someone like me was willing to kind of put all the information together, maybe we can get some of these empty properties filled up with new businesses. So it's just a theory, but I think it's one worth taking the time to test. Before we do all that, got a quick lunch with John at Amano. Very excited. Everything here always looks so amazing. Adding stuff too, it's different every time I come here. It's just beautiful. Even the water feels fancy. Forgot to get a video of a lunch at the Bratwurst. It was amazing. John's first Amano experience. He's a big fan. Great lunch and way too many baked goods. Got a whole pile of them for my kids. They'll be happy. All right, we're off. Now one of the questions is like, how much data do we get? Like, should I get buildings that are for lease and for sale and like on the market actively, and should I include those, not include them? I'm not sure. This one, for example, is for lease. I think I'm gonna err on the side of get as much data as possible. I can always take it off the list later, but we'll like get a good idea of like all the space available, and then see maybe some creative way we can find to market it. Not really any vacancies on this end of Water Street, so that's good. Jefferson, though, is another story. Got Villa Rosa, technically vacant, but going to be a Mexican restaurant soon. And several others on this street, including a few of mine. A lot of people probably don't even realize that next to your bank building is empty, but it's for lease as well. It's nice when you have someone like next to you that takes such good care of the building that you don't even know it's empty. But we still need to get the word out that, hey, there's space available there. It'd be an amazing spot if there was some kind of business that wanted to be downtown. A lot of square footage in there too, like great office spaces, really cool like old bank vault that you can walk into in that building. So yeah, it's a neat place. Got the old magistrate's place here. This is a huge office building. I know it's on the market, so we'll be able to get details on that one pretty easily. Got this one on Vine Street. Really cool old building. Like, imagine if that place was fully restored. That one could be a house or a business, and I think it's actually on our property improvement map as well, so I've included it in both places, but it would be a super cool business. I think it was a dentist office before, so any of those type of settings could work in there. Plus I don't know, there has to be a lot of history tied to that place too. Probably be a pretty cool insurance agent's office as well, now that I think about it. Another big office building here. 200 South Water. Alright, on to Mckean Street. Does anyone know what this old building is? It's like a huge, almost a warehouse type of building. Got the old Nationwide building here as well. I think that office closed right when my office opened, so that's 10 years ago. So there's that one's been empty for a little while. Maybe there's something else in there. I just don't even know. In North Mckean, we got 4 here right in a row. The printing company's been closed for several years. This building, I don't know what's going on with it. People have told me the roof is really bad. There's a lot of water damage inside. I'm not really sure, but it's not condemned from what I can tell. Maybe it should be. I'm not sure, but worth researching for sure. I'd assume someone could buy that for a song. You'd have to put a ton of money into it, but 3 storefronts, like that's no small deal. That's a whole little half a block revival if all of those could get filled up. Or you could take them out and Sprinkles has more parking or something. We got to get creative here, people. It's fun to think about these buildings and how much transformation has happened here. And then the county building over here by the courthouse. Yeah, these were all empty buildings at one point in time. Old warehouse buildings, old manufacturing places that have been reborn as something new. And so, you know, that's what needs to happen in other areas of town. I'm just not sure, like, we have to come up with a way to try to speed up this process a little bit. I'm not sure if this one could be salvaged, but super cool building. I love all the different colored windows in there. I took pictures of it many years ago when I first started the channel. I'm not sure what it is about it, but that building has a good vibe to it. I'm not 100% sure, but the train station might be like the biggest potential. I always thought, man, if you could have like a mainstay restaurant or something in there, like what Greensburg has done with their old train station. You're right on the trail. You're gonna have all of that traffic at some point. Maybe it's a B&B. Maybe you convert it into a hotel of some kind. I'm not sure, but it's a massive building. It's super cool, and I would love to see it filled up again someday. A couple little side streets and Market Street left, but I'm driving down the other end of town. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Wick City had 2 big empty ones, but one was torn down and one burned to the ground, so I think Wick City's out of commercial space at this point. Although there might be some empty lots available. One right there, and of course one over here. We'll see how all that turns out over time. Might be a little while as well. There's quite a mess to clean up still. Making my way back downtown. I think we just have Market Street left, but it's always cool to, like, I don't know, you forget about all the little places tucked in, like Market on Reynolds. Great catering stuff, good hand-dipped Hershey's ice cream. You know, there's just good stuff all over the place. A couple other new businesses downtown, Little Spa, Poor Dirty Gallery. Still haven't been inside either one, but I've heard good things. Someday we're gonna do a feature on them, and a couple other new places in town too. We'll hit them all in one day. Just a couple vacancies on the first block. Got the old pawn shop and then Rusted Rose Bridal. They moved to Johnstown. Very sad that you're gone, Shannon, if you're watching this video. In the second block here, got 3 vacancies. Got this, the big green one. One of the tallest buildings in Kittanning. We've looked at it several times. Got this one that's all redone, the old Hutchinson's Jewelry building, and then we have the old Rite Aid building. All right, I think that's a wrap for now. I'm gonna drive the rest of the way up Market Street, make sure I didn't miss anything, but I think we got the vast majority of them. If you know of any more vacant buildings here in Kittanning Borough, I would be interested to gather up as much information as possible. And if you know anything about the buildings that I highlighted, the questions that I asked, I would love to have your help too. It's going to be quite a job probably to gather up ownership information and just find out, square footage, availability, lease prices, what they would sell for, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to work on this over the next couple months, and hopefully by summer we'll have something ready to present to the world that, hey, if you want to start a business in Kittanning, here are the places that are available. This is pretty simple, by the way. It took me less than an hour, way easier than the property survey. And I think this will be cool to be able to track the data. We'll be able to tell the story over time, hopefully, of the renewal of our commercial district the same way that we're going to be able to tell the story of the renewal of the residential district. So I've wanted to do this for a while. I'm a little sad I didn't start it back before like ECBRI Coffee came in, because it would be cool to be able to tell the story over a longer period of time. But hey, better late than never. I'm gonna get back to the office, we'll take a look at what we got, and I'll give you some of my next steps and some of the ideas I have, and I'd like to get your thoughts too. All right, so I'm taking a look at my list here. There are a grand total of 28 vacant commercial properties that I found. Now some of those, we know the situation on, like the couple that are actually on the market, like the magistrate's office and the one on Water Street. A couple other ones we know, like the two that I have that are that were technically vacant beginning of the year. Earthbound Apothecary is taking up 2 of those spots. I have an agreement for the other one to be sold, which will be filled with another business, hopefully within the next few months. Several of them, though, are just coming on the market. So, I'm assuming Rusted Rose Bridal at some point in the near future will be for sale or lease. The Paul's Auto Parts store, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that building. But there's just like so much potential when I'm looking at this list. Actually, I honestly didn't think there were that many. So I'm kind of surprised at how many there are. But if you think about, man, if all of those empty spaces, if even half of those empty spaces were filled with businesses, wouldn't that be amazing? And so it would be amazing for the community. Think of the jobs, the economic activity, just more people downtown kind of building this business ecosystem again. People always tell me what it was like on Friday and Saturday nights in downtown Kittanning in the 1950s, and that it was the hustle and bustle, and there wasn't a parking spot available, and everything was full. We all want to see that again. Or we all want to see, it's probably not going to be the same as that again, because retail in the internet age is very different. But all that being said, I just think with this many vacancies, I just see opportunity everywhere. And so I think we need to get the knowledge of that opportunity out to as many people as possible. So here's what I'm thinking with this list. I'm going to fill in a lot of this information. I'm going to look for the owners, the contact information if they're okay with being contacted, what the lease price or purchase price is on the property, how much square footage there is, what kind of work that it needs, and then, I just want to gather as much data about it as I can. If you guys have any other information that I should be looking for, that would be good. But like what I'm thinking is, it would be cool if we could have either this map available that has all that data on there, whatever people are, okay with me sharing publicly. And then like, I'm sure there's a lot of buildings where maybe someone has a plan that they've had this empty building and they've wanted for the last 10 years to do something with it, but they haven't done anything yet. That person probably has a price where they say, hey, if someone came and gave me $100,000 for this thing tomorrow, they could have it. I want to know what that number is. And I'm guessing that there's some of those stories within these 28 properties. And I guess the other piece of this, like there are so many dreamers and doers in this city. They need to know what property is available so that if they can see it, they can come up with a dream for it, and God can give them some inspiration to go out and fill one of these places and build this beautiful city that we get to call home. So I think that's it for this one, just the first step in this process. Hopefully it's going to turn into something that's as wildly successful as our residential property survey, and we'll be able to just have one more piece in this beautiful comeback story of the greatest city in the world. All right, guys. Love y'all. See you in the next one. see what the kids think of these. What do you think?
I want one.
Yeah. Soon. Could have got for you, buddy.
Oh, look what Daddy brought.
There you go.